Hello, good day everyone. I am Jasmine A.D. Parine, the first reporter for this module, which is the Internet and the World Wide Web. As we all know, computers and the internet have become essential in our daily lives, reshaping how we work, interact, and learn. The internet serves as a global platform for information flow, while devices like smartphones and tablets provide access to this network, enabling global communication and participation in a digital society. The World Wide Web, or known as the WWW, enhances this connection by offering easy access to a variety of information, transforming education with online courses, and changing workplaces through remote work and effective communication. The internet also influences leisure activity with social media, online gaming, and streaming services altering how we spend our time. However, this constant connectivity brings challenges, including misinformation and digital distractions. Overall, while the internet and the web offer significant benefits, it is essential to use them responsibly and remain aware of their drawbacks as they become increasingly integrated into our lives. Overview. This course pack examines how widely used computers are in our daily lives, with a particular emphasis on three important topics, which is the motherboard, the internet, and the World Wide Web. By understanding these elements, one may see how technology supports current communication, information access, and daily activities. And now, I would like to discuss to you the lesson 1, which is the motherboard. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you can able to define what is a motherboard, identify the different types of motherboard, identify the main components of a motherboard, describe the function of the motherboard, and understand the motherboard's role in a computer system. So now let's proceed in defining what is a motherboard. A motherboard is a complex printed circuit board which is the main part of almost all electronic system, particularly computers. It is alternately known as the mainboard, system board, or even logic board in Apple computers. It is a platform that offers electrical connections through which other components of a computer communicate and also houses the central processing unit, which is referred to as the brain of the computer. So what does a motherboard do? A motherboard connects everything as it is provides slots and connectors for essential components like the CPU, RAM, storage drives, graphic cards, and expansion cards. A motherboard also facilitates communication as it uses various bus systems to allow these components to talk to each other and exchange data. The motherboard houses the BIOS, or the Basic Input-Output System, which is a small program stored on a chip on the motherboard that controls how the computer boots up, initializes hardware, and loads the operating system. Also, a motherboard manages power since the motherboard receives power from the power supply unit and distributes it to all the connected components. In short, without a functioning motherboard, your computer would be able to operate. It's the essential structure, communication hub, and power manager that allows all the other components to work together as a cohesive unit. In 1981, IBM Planar Breadboard was the first motherboard used in a PC. The inventor behind this technology was IBM engineer Patty McHugh, who invented the motherboard and paved the way for future innovations. Patty McHugh's contribution to the development of the first motherboard is still recognized today, earning her the title of Patty McHugh Motherboard Pioneer. To comprehend what motherboards are and what they do, we must first examine their various types, specifications, components, and most importantly, their functions. Now, let's proceed to different types of motherboard. The first motherboard is the Advanced Technology Motherboard. Based on the description provided, Advanced Technology Motherboard is a large motherboard that is incompatible with smaller desktop computers. Their size also hinders easy hardware installation. The 6-prong power connectors are difficult to identify, causing connection problems for users. The next motherboard is the standard ATX motherboard. So, standard ATX motherboard was developed by Intel in the 1990s. The ATX motherboard is a more compact and improved version of the AT motherboard. Its name, Advanced Technology Extended, reflects its enhanced design, allowing for easier component interchangeability and improved connection features. Next is the Micro ATX motherboard. So this motherboard offers fewer ports and slots than standard ATX boards. It's ideal for users who don't need extensive connectivity or frequent upgrades like additional RAM or graphics cards. This motherboard fits in cases with sufficient space and is also compatible with larger cases designed for standard or extended ATX motherboard. The fourth one is the extended ATX motherboard. This motherboard, typically measuring around 305 mm by 330 mm, supports single or dual CPU configurations and up to 8 RAM slots. They offer numerous PCIe and PCI slots for expansion cards, making them suitable for workstations and servers. The ample space on eATX motherboards allows for good airflow and easy component installation, ideal for powerful desktop computers. The next is the Flex ATX motherboard. So, Flex ATX motherboards is a compact variation within the ATX family. It is less popular than their standard ATX counterparts. It is designed for minimal spaces and affordability. Flex ATX was introduced by the Intel between 1999 and 2000 as a modification of the Mini ATX standard. Next is the low-profile extended motherboard. So, low-profile extended motherboard are the motherboard which has features two key improvements over previous versions. First, the input-output ports are now located at the back of the device. Second, a riser card is included, allowing for additional slots and easier component installation. While some of these features were present in the AT motherboard, it lacks accelerated graphic ports requiring a direct connection to PCI. The Balanced Technology Extended motherboard. So BTX motherboard is short for Balanced Technology Extended. It is a motherboard design strategy developed to meet the demands of emerging technologies requiring higher power consumption and heat dissipation. However, in the mid-2000s, Intel discontinued BTX development to focus on energy-efficient CPUs. Next is Pico BTX motherboard. Pico motherboards was named for their extremely small size compared to standard motherboards are designed for digital applications. They share a common upper half with BTX motherboards but support only 2 expansion slots. Their distinguishing feature is the use of half-height or riser cards. Next to it is the Mini ITX motherboard. The ITX motherboard, introduced in the 2000s, is a compact version of the standard motherboard. It's specifically designed for small form factor computers due to its low power consumption and efficient cooling. Its quiet operation makes it a popular choice for home theater systems, enhancing overall performance while minimizing noises. The last motherboard is the Mini STX motherboard. The Mini STX motherboard was originally called Intel 5x5, which is a compact motherboard that was introduced in 2015. While its dimensions are 147 mm by 140 mm, the 5x5 name is misleading as it's actually slightly rectangular. This contrasts with other smaller form factor boards like NUC and Mini ITX, which are typically square. Those are the 10 different types of motherboard. Let's now proceed on the key components of a motherboard. The first component is the mouse and keyboard connectors. So, motherboards need separate ports for keyboards and mouse to send and receive data. Mouse and keyboard connectors are essential for interacting with your computer, as they provide the physical connection for these input devices, allowing us to control our computer and provide instructions. Without them, navigating menus, clicking icons, typing text, and controlling applications would be impossible. These are typically PS2 in older systems and USB type for modern computers. In summary, mouse and keyboard connectors are vital for interacting with our computers, enabling us to control the system, input information, and utilize the computer's full potential. The next component is the Universal Serial Bus, as commonly known as the USB. So, USB ports on a motherboard enable data transfer between the computer and these peripherals without requiring a system restart. USB is a universal standard, meaning it works across different operating systems such as the Windows. Common USB types include USB-A, USB-B, Mini USB, Micro USB, USB-C, and USB 3. In summary, the USB standard has revolutionized the way we connect devices to computers, offering versatility, convenience, speed, and a wide range of applications that enhance our computing experience. Central Processing Unit, or also known as the CPU. So the CPU is often called the brain of the computer since it controls all its functions. The CPU interprets and carries out the instructions from software programs, allowing the computer to perform tasks like opening applications, browsing the internet, playing games, and editing documents. It also manipulates and processes data, performing calculations, comparisons, and logical operations that are essential for any computer functions. The CPU manages the flow of information between different components of the computer, ensuring everything works together seamlessly. Selecting a CPU that's compatible with the latest technologies and features helps future-proof your system, allowing you to upgrade to newer components and benefit from advancement in performance. CPUs come in various form factors, each needing a specific motherboard slot. CPUs can have one or more cores. Single-core CPUs handle one task at a time, while multi-core CPUs can perform multiple tasks concurrently. In summary, the CPU is the brain of your computer, which is responsible for its overall performance, functionality, and user experience. A powerful and efficient CPU is essential for a smooth and enjoyable computing experience. The RAM memory. So, RAM, which stands for Random Access Memory. RAM provides temporary storage for files and programs that the CPU is actively using. More RAM allows for handling larger files and programs, improving performance, but its contents are lost when the computer is turned off. RAM helps applications and games load quickly as the data they need is readily available in RAM instead of having to be loaded from slower storage devices like hard drives. If your computer runs out of physical RAM, it uses a portion of your hard drive as a virtual memory. This process is much slower than using actual RAM, so having enough RAM is crucial for smooth operation. While many computers have 2 RAM slots, some offer up to 4 for increased memory capacity. So, in summary, RAM is essential for your computer's performance, responsiveness, and overall user experience. Having enough RAM ensures smooth multitasking, fast loading times, and efficient operation of your computer. the Basic Input-Output System or the BIOS. So, a motherboard's BIOS is a firmware that handles startup, initializing hardware, and loading the operating system. It also manages communication between the OS and peripherals like the keyboard and mouse. When you turn on your computer, the BIOS performs a series of tests to check if all the hardware components are functioning correctly. This includes checking the CPU, RAM, hard drives, and other peripherals. Without a functioning BIOS, your computer would not be able to start up correctly. It's the essential bridge between the hardware and the operating systems, allowing the computer to boot and function. So many of the new motherboards uses UEFI or Unified Extensible Firmware Interface or the EFI or Extensible Firmware Interface, which offer faster boot times, better diagnostics, and improved communication with hardware. In summary, the BIOS is a critical piece of firmware that plays a vital role in the startup process of your computer, ensuring that hardware components work correctly and the operating system can load and run smoothly. Next is the chipsets. So, a computer's chipset manages communication between the CPU and other hardware components, including memory and expansion ports. It determines the motherboard's memory capacity and available connectors. They are essential for the smooth and efficient operation of your system. Chipsets act as the intermediary between the CPU and RAM and other components like storage devices, graphic cards, and peripheral controllers. They facilitate the flow of data between these components, enabling them to communicate and work together effectively. They control the data transfer rates and protocols between different components, ensuring that information is transmitted efficiently and reliably. Chipsets were divided into two parts, namely North Bridge and South Bridge. The difference between North Bridge and South Bridge is that the North Bridge controlled the high-speed communication between the CPU, RAM, and graphics card. It handled the most critical data transfer in the system. This was crucial for system performance as it directly affected how quickly the CPU could access data. Meanwhile, the South Bridge managed slower speed peripherals like USB ports, sound cards, and other expansion slots. The South Bridge often included controllers for storage devices like hard drives and optical drives. In summary, chipsets are essential for the smooth operation and functionality of your computer. They act as the communication hub, manage data transfer, determine features, and ensure compatibility between different components. The right chipset can significantly impact your system's performance, upgradability, and overall capabilities. The next component is the cooling fans. Cooling fans are essential components in computer, playing a vital role in maintaining optimal operating temperature for the critical components. They prevent overheating, which can lead to performance degradation, system instability, and even hardware damage. In summary, cooling fans are essential for the health, performance, and longevity of your computer. They prevent overheating, maintain stable operation, and contribute to a reliable and enjoyable computing experience. Next is adapter cards and expansion slots. Adapter cards and expansion slots are crucial components that allow you to expand the capabilities of your computer beyond its initial configuration. They provide a way to add new features, enhance performance, and customize your system to meet your specific needs. Adapter cards, such as sound and video cards, expand a computer's capabilities and are installed into expansion slots on the motherboard. Common expansion slots types include PCI, AGP for video cards, PCI Express, and PCI-X. In summary, adapter cards and expansion slots are essential for expanding the functionality, performance, and capabilities of your computer. They provide a way to add new features, upgrade components, adapt to new technologies, and customize your system to meet your specific needs. CMOS battery. The CMOS battery, also known as the real-time clock battery, is a small coin-shaped battery that plays a critical role in maintaining the essential settings and functions of your computer even when it's powered off. This chip stores BIOS settings and system configuration like boot order, date, and time even when the computer is off. This prevents you from having to reset these settings every time you power on. In summary, the CMOS battery is essential for maintaining the time, storing BIOS settings, and ensuring the overall integrity of your computer system. It's important to replace the CMOS battery when it dies to avoid potential problems and ensure the smooth operation of your system. The next component is the storage devices. Storage devices are essential components of any computer system. They provide the crucial function of storing and retrieving data, making it possible to save, load, and access files, software, and operating systems. Storage devices provide a permanent means to store data even if the computer is powered off. Storage drives like hard drives or solid-state drives permanently store data within the computer. Removable drives such as USB flash drives can be connected to the computer for data transfer. Optical drives like CD drives are another option for data storage. In summary, storage devices provide the ability to store, retrieve, and manage data, making it possible to save work, install software, access file, and ensure data preservation. The type of storage device you choose can significantly impact your computer's performance, capacity, and overall functionality. Next is the front panel connectors. Front panel connectors are those located on the front of your computer case, providing easy access to essential ports and buttons. While they might seem like a simple feature, they play a vital role in the usability and convenience of your computer. Front panel connectors allow you to quickly and easily connect peripherals, insert media, and control your computer without having to reach around to the back of the case. Front panel connectors connect the LED lights on the front of the computer case to components like the hard drive, power button, reset button, and internal speaker. They also connect some USB and audio devices with LEDs. In summary, front panel connectors are essential for the usability, convenience, and overall user experience of your computer. They provide easy access to critical ports and buttons, making it simpler to connect peripherals, control your system, and manage your data. The last component is the power connector. The power connector is the lifeline of your computer, providing the electrical energy that provides all its components and brings it to life. It's a seemingly simple part, but without it, your computer would be nothing more than the collection of inert parts. The power connector delivers the electrical current needed to operate the CPU, RAM, hard drives, graphic cards, and every other component within the computer. Without a power supply and a working power connector, none of the components can function and your computer will remain completely inactive. In summary, the power connector is the essential link between the electrical grid and your computer. It provides the lifeblood of energy needed to power all the components and ensure their stable operation. A reliable power connector is vital for the functionality, stability, and longevity of your computer. Those are the 12 components of a motherboard. Now, let's discuss the functions of a motherboard. One of the functions of a motherboard is that it manages data flow. The motherboard acts as the central communication hub within a computer, managing the flow of data between all the connected components. It utilizes various bus systems, relies on the chipset for control, and prioritizes data traffic to ensure that information moves smoothly and efficiently, contributing to the overall performance and functionality of your computer. Second, a motherboard conserves resources. The motherboard doesn't directly conserve resources in the same way that software does, but it plays a vital role in enabling resource conservation through its design, features, and interaction with other components. By managing power consumption, supporting efficient components, and integrating with power-saving features, the motherboard contributes to a more energy-efficient and environmentally friendly computing experience. The third function of a motherboard is that it optimizes power distribution. The motherboard plays a critical role in optimizing power distribution within a computer. It receives power from the power supply unit, regulates voltage, distributes power efficiently to components, and incorporates power management features that help reduce energy consumption. By managing power flow effectively, the motherboard contributes to the overall efficiency and stability of your computer system. The third function is it drives communication. The motherboard is like the central control room of your computer, managing all the communication between different parts. It's the main pathway for data and instructions to flow between the CPU, which is the brain, the RAM, or the short-term memory, the graphics card for visuals, storage devices for saving information, and all the other peripherals you connect. It's like the motherboard is the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the instruments play together harmoniously. Next is it enhances performance. The motherboard provides the essential foundation and infrastructure that allows the other components to work together efficiently and achieve optimal performance. By supporting high-performance components, managing data flow, enabling overclocking, optimizing cooling and power management, and ensuring compatibility and upgradability, the motherboard plays a critical role in maximizing the potential of your computer system. Next is improves reliability. The motherboard plays a crucial role in enhancing the reliability of your computer system. By ensuring component compatibility, managing power and heat, providing BIOS updates, and incorporating error detection and correction features, the motherboard contributes to a more stable, predictable, and dependable computing experience. The last function of a motherboard is that it enables productivity. The motherboard, while not directly responsible for productivity, it provides the essential foundation and infrastructure that enables a productive computing experience. By supporting high-performance components, managing data flow, ensuring stability, facilitating upgrades, and optimizing software, the motherboard plays a crucial role in creating a system that allows you to work efficiently and effectively. In conclusion, the motherboard is a critical component of a computer system that serves as the foundation for various functions and capabilities. It plays a vital role in enhancing performance, reliability, productivity, resource conservation, power distribution, data communication, and overall system functionality. And that sums up my lesson. Thank you so much for listening.